we are excited to have an encore performance here in our studio because these people have been here before. And we're very excited. There is an event coming up. It's Guitar Festival Weekend, which is going to be April 18th. And we'll get to all of the details here in just a moment. But you'll be able to see one of the premier guitarists in the world as far as classical music goes.
Absolutely.
We are welcoming back to our studio Ana Vidović.
Yeah.
Who is here this morning. Hello.
Nice to see you again.
How are you, Ana?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Wonderful, thank you.
Nice to see you again.
You too. Vidović or Vidović?
Vidović.
It is Vidović.
Yes.
Okay, wanted to make sure I pronounced that correctly.
That's good.
And along with Ana, we have in our studio, and I have some titles. We have the professor of neuropsychology at Drexel and president of the Philadelphia Classical Guitar Society, Mr. Eric Zillmer is here with us.
Yes.
Good to see you again, Eric. How are you, sir? How are you, sir?
Thank you. I'm great to be here on the morning show.
You look the other way.
No, I was just thinking Anna's applause is much more, so yeah, that's great, you know.
Yes,
So
as well it should be.
yeah, of course.
Let's hear it for Eric, everybody. All right, and then we also have joining us composer and artistic director of the Philadelphia Classical Guitar Society. This is Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
Jordan, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Are you satisfied with the applause that we gave
I
you?
am very satisfied.
I was looking for a cricket sound effect.
You
but I
should have
couldn't get to
introduced
it.
me first.
I know. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. They got top billing.
Right.
We were worn out by the time we got to you.
We'll work on that. Before we get to the event and all that, just a little background on the Philadelphia Classical Guitar Society. Eric, can you tell us a little bit about the group and how long it's been around and what people might want to know about it?
Yeah, we are in our 59th year of celebrating the classical guitar in the greater Philadelphia area through concerts, workshops, and community outreach. We're a little bit like you guys. We love guitar culture and music culture. Mm-hmm. We do feature, the nylon string classical guitar, but we love music, and we have a festival coming up for people who love music and love guitar. It's April 18th and 19th, and Ana Vidović is going to be playing at the opening concert at 7:30 at First Presbyterian Church. I have to tell you something that is already sold out.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
But on the 19th, we have Festival Day with more concerts at Sedmont Music School in Queens Village. All of our information is on phillyguitar.org. So it's great to be here, and thank you for having us.
So,
wow.
Anna's, you're a resident of the area, right? You live in the area.
I am,
And
yes.
how many years have you been here now?
For about 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you listen to us every morning as part of it.
Yes. Actually, we were listening to you as we were driving here, and we love it.
There we go.
So we
See?
were getting into we love the music, and so it's great to be back.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's
So
something
play
about
Somebody to Love as loud as you can. Yeah, we heard you guys. Okay, with the windows down coming up.
Yeah.
It gets you. You got to sing along
Yes.
with that song.
Yes, it's a great song.
I have a question about guitar, the instrument in classical music. When did that become an instrument that was starting to be written into classical compositions? Because it's a younger instrument than some of those out there. Ana, do you happen to know the answer to that?
Yes, it's a much younger instrument than let's say violin or cello. These other instruments have a very long tradition and also a much wider repertoire. So this is one of the things that we as classical guitarists really have to be aware of and are aware of. So the way we choose a repertoire, to present the classical guitar in the best possible way. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of original compositions that were written for, let's say, violin or cello. So
There's a lot of adapting.
Yes, we're playing a lot of arrangements. For example, I love Johann Sebastian Bach, so
Yeah.
I have to choose arrangements that are comfortable for me to play, and also that represent classical guitar in a certain way. So yes, we have to be aware of these things because yes, guitar is a very young instrument.
When I usually think of classical guitar, I usually think of a solo performer. I don't think of an ensemble. I don't think of with an entire 30-piece orchestra. But it happens. It's certainly a part of that world. But a lot of it seems to be solo performances.
Most of it is.
Okay.
It's very much a solo instrument. It cannot be a part of let's say, a big orchestra, right? Such as violin or cello. So, but we can play as a soloist with the orchestra or with the ensembles, or so we have a lot of different ways that we can, represent the guitar.
What's the largest group, number-wise, of guitarists that you have played with at the same time, like one piece together?
You mean with the guitarists?
Yeah.
I played in ensembles. Let's say maybe 10.
Okay.
You know, 10
All right.
guitars. Yes, and you can also play with, let's say, symphonic orchestra with all the musicians behind you.
Sure.
You can play, but as a soloist. So
Yes.
It's an instrument that lends itself to that. It is the connection to the artist, the instrument, and then out to the audience. But you, and we talked about this, you're a fan of all types of guitar playing. The list I have here, you mentioned Bach, but Stevie Ray Vaughan, Joe Satriani, Yngwie Malmsteen, Steve Vai. All of these people are people that you, and you're a rock fan, you're a big Beatles fan.
Yes, I'm a big Beatles fan, of course. And yes, all these names that you mentioned, I really admire, and I grew up listening to them. So I think as musicians, it's important to surround yourself with a lot of different styles of music. It's not only classical.
Was the rock from the get-go? Because you were a legitimate child prodigy. You had this capability that your whole family's musical. Your brother sort of was your inspiration to get into this. But was rock always there? Rock guitarist as well? Everything all at once?
I think so. I think it was there from the beginning because my father played electric guitar.
Oh.
So he also introduced me to all these wonderful musicians. So it was, of course, classical is what I do, but that doesn't mean that I listen to everything, pop, rock, everything. That is good music.
Do you ever rip a howling solo on the axe now and then?
Well, it's for fun, So for fun, yes, and but I can. I'm learning a lot from these names that you mentioned, and I'm watching them, I'm learning, I'm looking at their technique, I'm looking how they present themselves. It's important to have many different influences,
You mentioned rock, Steve, and Jordan here as a composer and artistic director of the Philadelphia Classical Guitar Society. You look like you walk out of Seattle 1992 here this morning, sir.
The Zappa shirt.
and the flannel and everything, a little throwback to that. Are you do you compose for some of the people at the society, or?
Yeah, I do, and I'll actually arrange music. So I've arranged Mars Volta for classical guitar and voice. Or King Crimson.
That's a tough one.
Pieces for classical guitar and voice. So
May I ask what King Crimson?
It was Piece of Beginning. On, I believe, Lark's Selling Aspect.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you really look for something interesting and unique to go for.
Yeah, and I'm a big Zappa fan. My wife got this T-shirt for me, and she she's not a big Zappa fan. So it's
a kind woman. The kind woman. Well, we're going to get a couple of performances from Ana this morning. We requested that. That's cool. So what are we going to lead with, Ana?
Well, as we mentioned, Beatles. I'm going to do the Yesterday. There we go.
And you are tuning in to one of the premier guitarists in the world right now, and right here in our backyard at the Philadelphia Classical Guitar Society. So let's have a listen right now. Ana Vidović on MMR.
so cool.
That's gorgeous.
As I'm listening to that, and Preston is a musician, you know, and it sounds like the song is running in 3 or 4 different ways. Like you're looping back around and reintroducing parts of the song and punctuating with it. So did you compose it that way, or how was it adapted?
Is that your arrangement?
Yeah.
It's not mine. That's very nice that you heard that. That's exactly what it is. The arranger is Japanese composer Toru Takemitsu.
Okay.
So he arranged actually entire book of these wonderful songs, and some of them are Beatles songs. And he's also a composer, so he understands guitar, and he understands that. That's why the arrangement is so wonderful, and it fits the classical guitar very well.
You as a performer, what kind of liberty do you have when you're playing an arrangement to take with that and make it a little bit of your own?
It's a great question. I mean, you have to, of course, respect first the song itself. Of course, I listened to the original song many times, and also then the number 2 is the score, the actual arranger, the sheet of the music. I have to study it very carefully, and I have to respect what Takemitsu as an arranger did. And the last one is me. I have to put a little bit of myself in there.
You figure into this prominently.
So. And then the best way to do is musically. You can do a lot of things musically because it's your own individual interpretation. So that's where I come in.
So mainly through like dynamics and tempo, and so that's volume of the sound.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
I did like sound dynamics, softer, louder, the color of the sound, and also the tempo. I chose a little bit of a slower tempo than, of course, the original is, because I don't know. I feel it that way, but so that's also a choice. The tempo, sometimes you can choose what you want.
There's a couple of accounts that I follow on Instagram of some guitarists that I love, and they'll take a piece like yesterday and break it down chord by chord and just take a moment and say, listen to this progression from this part to this part. Paul decided that this is the mood he wanted to take, and therefore he used this diminished chord or whatever it may be to convey that. Do you delight in little moments like that when you're learning a song? Ooh, that will feel that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there are so many moments in this particular one where I just want to kind of let even the silence speak for itself. It's some of the harmonies are so beautiful, and so I kind of let it ring, and I enjoy it. Yeah, it's of course the song is amazing, So, but I try to enjoy each harmony and each note.
Yeah, because you're not. Yeah, it has to be part of what you're feeling, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, because we were talking earlier about Amadeus and Mozart and prodigies in general and so on and so forth. And a lot of times we have this impression that someone is, you seem to really enjoy what you do, and knowing about you and the quirky fun things that you're involved with and doing research on you. Sometimes it seems to us that it can be very oppressive if you're imbued with a talent like yours, and it's recognized early that you don't get a childhood, or that you don't get. How would you assess? Because you seem like you're loving this.
I do. Yeah. Well, I'm very fortunate because I kind of found a way to really enjoy what I do, and it didn't come from overnight. I mean, You have to work at it. You have to, because yes, as a child, sometimes. You start doing something, and you have to find yourself still in that.
You have to be a child.
You have to be a child. Yeah. So I think the real love for guitar came later, actually, for me, where I really, really recognized the beauty of the instrument, and was really kind of went into deep dive into the classical guitar, and because as a child you just do it. You don't always think about it. You just do it. And
you were 7 when you gave your first public performance, right? So that's pretty young.
Yeah, that's pretty young. I mean, that's young. But I was surrounded with musicians. My brother was a musician.
So it was normal.
It was quite normal. Yeah.
I wanted to bring up something. I think, Preston, you and Casey might share something with Ana, and tell me if this is still the case. Prior to every concert, you eat a couple bananas. Is that true?
I do. You remember? Wow. You remember the bananas? I was thinking about the bananas this morning because I didn't have any bananas. But you know, it's usually I do because we play for about like 2 hours.
So the potassium you need.
Potassium, you need energy. You need to be relaxed.
Casey's usually got a couple bananas laying around.
Where are the bananas? You got them?
I have one extra. I have one extra.
We'll hook you up.
I'll grab that for you. Ryan's going
No,
in.
you don't have to. No, it was a no.
He loves to share his bananas.
Oh, he does?
Seriously. He gets very excited. He walks around. He's like, guys, I got an extra banana
Well,
this week.
Casey and I compare our bananas because you have to buy. They have to be the right ripeness, and if they're going to last you the week, you got to get them when they're at the beginning of their ripening stage.
Are you a banana snob, Anna?
I love banana. There we go.
There's a banana. A banana for Anna.
This is a perfect banana for Anna.
Oh my God!
This is perfect because it's already ripe, right?
Yeah.
It's ready to be eaten. But I'm not going to eat it now. So thank you.
Has anybody ever called you Anna Banana before?
When I was a child.
Okay. Right. Happy we could bring those memories back to you this morning.
Thank you for the banana.
You're welcome.
Do I get to keep it or?
No, it's yours. That's
your
I'll eat
banana.
it afterwards.
We'd be honored. Yeah.
You can, fortunately, with a banana, you can just set it on the ground. It'll be fine because it's in its peel.
true.
So if you need to do that, can we ask a little bit about the instrument that you're playing here? How long have you had that guitar?
I've had this guitar for quite a long time. This is my favorite. Probably 13, 14 years.
Okay.
That I've stayed with this instrument. This was made in Australia.
Okay.
By maker Jim Redgate, an incredible guitar maker that I've met many years ago, and you know, one of the things with the instrument is that we spend so much time with it that it becomes part of you.
Yes,
you know, it's like you also hold it very close to your body, so you have to feel comfortable with it. And this guitar was something that I felt comfortable from the beginning. I don't know what it was like. It's like a magical moment that happens, and you just feel that energy from.
It's an extension of you.
And
Yeah, I think so.
and in the world of classical music, no matter what instrument you play, we hear about Stradivarius all the time, but it does not matter. Anything within that orchestra, especially at a premium level, those instruments are incredibly expensive. How expensive can a classical guitar get?
Yes, those other instruments are very expensive. Guitar. Hi, Jordan. What do you think? I mean, the most expensive one would be.
So there are different tiers of classical guitar, and it's sort of like, you know, Harry Potter world. The wand chooses you.
Right.
You want to try them out, and whatever feels the best and sounds the best to you is good. But you know, a concert classical guitar could range from anywhere from $5,000 to $50,000, depending on the pedigree of the luthier.
So that would be similar to you get violins can be up there and above even more. I mean, you know.
Yeah, and it's a handmade instrument.
Yeah.
That's sort of the classical guitar niche. We're not snobby people, but the snobbiness really lies in the picking and selecting a guitar. It has to be handmade. It can't just be off a conveyor belt.
Right.
It needs to resonate. Et cetera, et cetera.
When you said Australia, I thought, well, I wouldn't think Australia for a guitar. Austria maybe, but yeah. But so and is this a person you go to consistently for guitars?
Yeah. I've known him for a long time. We work together. What's great about Jim is that he's a master of innovation. You know, he's always doing new things. He's always trying to change the way classical guitar is perceived. You know, also what's interesting about his instruments is they are very powerful and very loud. You know, today we live in a world where musicians are playing in larger halls. You know, you have to be able to project with the instrument, because classical guitar was always considered as a kind of an instrument to play in smaller salons because of the nature of the sound, you know. So, but now we're kind of pushing the boundaries a little bit. So that's very helpful to have in a classical guitar, but also. As I hope you can hear, it's also a very warm instrument.
Oh, it is.
It
Beautiful.
has both
Beautiful.
qualities.
Anna, before we get your second performance that you're going to do, you had mentioned Bach a moment ago. A little while back, last time we had Sting on. We've had Sting's close friend of ours. No, we had Sting on, and he literally was holding a guitar, and we're like, "Oh, what are you doing with a guitar?" He's like, "Oh, I was just practicing." "Oh, what were you?" We were like, "Wow, you still practice after all these years?" He's like, "Yeah, what were we practicing?" It's just playing a little Bach, is what he said, and he likes to do that as just a way to keep his fingers nimble and to keep his craft up. Could you play just a little bit of any Bach that pops into your mind right now? Because you got to tune down. Okay.
Yeah, I think when I was here last time, we played the cello suite, the first.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Love this.
Yeah. That's one of his pieces.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just some of his stuff is technically ridiculous. I mean, what I've heard, at least on the organ and some of the instruments that he would compose for. Does he compose for guitar at all? Did he, or did you just transpose that?
This is transposed.
Okay.
No, and unfortunately Bach did not. But he did compose for other instruments, which arrangements we do play today. So this was a cello. This was originally written for cello. Okay. So yes, we do arrangements, and I love Bach. I mean, this is my favorite. So also we can play pieces that were written for violin, but it has to be transposed for guitar.
Yeah, would imagine.
Who is known for composing very difficult technical guitar music? Or is there a piece that's out there amongst classical guitarists? It's like, it's like something that maybe Rachmaninoff did for a piano player, and they're like, whoa, you're taking that on? Good luck, Are there pieces like that for guitar?
Yeah, I mean we do have some difficult pieces. Yeah, so I think each piece is difficult in its own way. Yes, I mean we have Nocturnal by Britten, we have Capriccio Diabolico by Tedesco. It's a kind of like it's a known thing within guitarists to say, oh, you're playing that, or even Chaconne by Bach. Chaconne by Bach is a very difficult. I think one of the most challenging pieces for.
Could you show off a little and show us something really difficult technically? Just a little piece of it.
Chaconne, even the beginning. That's the beginning. The thing about when you're playing a piece that was written for another instrument, we don't have the sustain guitar.
Right.
This was written for violin, so we don't have the ability to sustain the note. So we have to work at it. So this beginning is difficult because you have to sustain these chords, to make sure that they last. I mean, there's many different.
I was thinking vibrating on the frets to keep it going, right?
One of the ways you could, and my teacher always told me just think with your mind, and that's how you do it. I don't know. He always told me to do it with my mind.
I was thinking more of speed, like when it gets into that.
You mean the Chaconne?
No, just any piece in particular as far as technique goes. That would be considered wow.
Yeah, you're gonna need that. There's a difference between difficult. What's difficult also isn't the most flashy.
Sure.
So flashy is like Leanda, the Asturias, the beginning of the Doors' Spanish Caravan.
I'd have to hear it. I don't know it by title, so.
So like this.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah.
That's also technically difficult piece.
Okay.
So,
all right.
But sometimes fast doesn't always mean the most difficult. Sometimes the most difficult things are very slow.
Yeah.
So,
sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get another performance from you, if you don't mind. And while we're getting that, Eric, if you could remind us again of the performances where people can go. I know her show is sold out. Anna's show is sold out. But what else is coming up at the Philadelphia
April
Classical?
19th, we celebrate the classical guitar at Settlement Music School as part of the Philadelphia Classical Guitar Society Guitar Festival. It's our annual festival. You can go to phillyguitar.org to get all of the information. Love to see you. Anna will be giving a master class on Sunday, which means some students are going to sit there and she's going to listen to them.
Awesome.
And criticize is the wrong word, but you get the point, right?
Encourages
This is
and
still
teaches.
open to people.
Is that BYOB, bring your own banana?
Yes,
you
BYOB.
You could bring your,
So we would love to see you, and you can also see Anna in action on Sunday, April 19th during the master class.
All right.
Watch Anna walk out with like 200 bananas.
Actually, that's a good idea because bananas, because of potassium, they make you. I
Yeah.
don't know, maybe
Listen, you're world caliber. If you say eat bananas, they're going to eat bananas.
eat banana.
All right, what is the next performance we're going to have? What song is this?
Oh, this is we're gonna let's go back to the Spanish repertoire. This is one of my favorites, from Tárrega, Recuerdos de la Alhambra, which is the memories of the Alhambra.
Okay.
So this is a pure, Spanish sound. Yeah.
All right. This is Ana Vidović on MMR.
So beautiful. I mean, that's classically what I'm like. You started playing and Preston and I look at each other like, yeah.
I closed my eyes and I saw myself with flowers in my hair.
You were gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yes, and I
felt
was
like
a gaucho.
Steve, I'm just going to give you that look.
Like a silent film.
No,
that
Ana
was amazing.
Vidović, if you're just tuning in.
I have to, just a quick question. You were mentioning, Preston, about sting and practicing. Do you, now rumor has it that you won't go over like 7 hours a day for practice. 7 hours is a lot of practice time. Is that an apocryphal number, or how many hours a day do you spend practicing?
It really depends. It's as a child, I would practice many hours. Sometimes even I would say 10.
Wow.
You know, because you're developing, you're working on your technique and your ability. So you have to work really hard as a child, of course, to this day. So, but today, I'm a little more mature, so I know how to practice and what to work on and what the weaknesses are and what the strengths are. So I have to work on the weaknesses, first, and I know what
You've refined it.
Yeah. So but 7 hours is a lot without taking breaks, and as we get older, the body works in a different way. So
we know.
So you practice what you need to and how you need to, and I don't know, 2 hours, then take a break, another 2 hours, take a break, another. You you compensate and rest, and then you go back to work. So and also depends what I'm working on. So but sometimes it's countless hours until I finish what I have to do. And yeah.
No, that's amazing.
It's your job. I mean,
Yeah.
it's your love and your job.
Yes, it's a job. It's
Yes.
like going to work in the
It's like
morning.
you in golf, Preston, with the way you get progressively better.
Oh my God. Somehow gone backwards. I don't know how it's happened, but it has. Well, listen, it's such a treat. We're so
you
glad
so
you came
much.
back here today.
Thank you for having me.
And a reminder, the show, her solo performance is sold out on the 18th, but like Eric was saying, on the 19th is a master class. And do you need to be a guitarist to go to this master class?
No.
Okay.
In fact, it's one of the most fun things to do when you're just a musician or just want to learn about the guitar, because you actually see a student playing something and then Anna breaking it down and they're interacting with each other. It's really, I tell you, it's like a guitar thriller to watch it. So it's a lot of fun. It's open to the public, but of course you have to pay an entrance. But all the information's on the website.
And that's phillyguitar.org?
That's right. Thank
Okay, excellent. Well, we've got this gem of a group right here in our city, Philadelphia Classical Guitar Society.
Take advantage of it.
Yeah, most definitely. Anna, you're wonderful. Thank you for being
Thank
here
you
this
for
morning.
having us again. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you. And thank you to Eric Zilmer and Jordan Peterson. We appreciate it, guys. Let's hear it for you. Philadelphia Classical Guitar Society here on MMR.